Do the CougarBoard question of the week.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with CougarBoard, it's the largest online community of BYU fans with thousands of posts daily. And this question comes from...
I need to read the question because it's really directed towards you.
Well,
we can both ask.
Jonathan Tavanari kind of answered it, so we can just do it quickly.
He did. So
this is from insider subscriber user Cougar Fan Blue.
Yeah, Coug Fan Blue.
And he writes... it doesn't feel like Coach Pope has really addressed why Trevin Knell sat for so long in the second half, both when he was asked by me, Dave, on the court, as well as in the press room. Do you think his answers in the press room about wanting to keep fresh bodies on the floor and maintain matchup integrity are the reasons, or did something else happen that isn't being disclosed? So let me say, as a guy who interviewed him about 30 minutes after the game, and it was a disappointing loss, and coaches, don't love losing, and you can tell. And I asked him about Trevin Knell going out after making his 9th three-pointer, and he stayed out for 5 minutes or so. Was that too long? And he said no. And then he proceeded to talk about how important Knell is to the team, and then he said kind of the same stuff in the press room. What he didn't say is, I blew it, I made a mistake, I blah, 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 blah. But you know what? When you're head coach, you don't have to. You don't even have to answer it.
Right.
And he gave his answer the way he wanted to answer it, and some thought maybe I should have come back and said, well, why wasn't he in there? Which just isn't our place on BYU TV in that setting. We had to ask the question because that's what everyone wanted to ask him. So we asked him, and we gave him the opportunity to answer it, and he answered it the way he wanted to. And maybe if it was CBS Sports, we go, why wasn't he?
But you know what,
he wasn't.
Even CBS Sports, and you and I have worked for the networks, and we do games for ESPN. They ask the coach a question. These networks have relationships with these leagues, and they're not about alienating coaches.
Yeah, or just setting them off.
Yeah, you don't go in there and they don't give you an answer you like, so you dig down. That's just not how you do it.
Question. You do ask the question.
You asked it, and you asked it, and he gave the answer, and that was good enough. Now, I don't think there's any conspiracy theory or there was something that he was hiding.
No, I don't think so.
And it was interesting. Jonathan's take was really interesting that he felt like Jonathan thinks he really felt like he needed to get Jackson going, and that Trevin was going, but Jackson needed to start to make some shots.
And he didn't get going.
Yeah. And I would agree with the fact that Jackson and Trevin both need to be awesome for them to win games against the upper half of this league, for sure.
And hindsight, and coaches don't like to say they're wrong. They'd just rather not. It's an ego. It's a confidence thing. I don't want the team to second guess my second guessing, so I'm not going to second guess. But hindsight is you bring Knell out for 60 seconds and you put him back in the game. He has 27 points.
And I don't know if he was gassed or not, and that could be why they brought him to the bench and they give him a short rest. When somebody is like that crazy hot, or they're just not missing shots, I feel like you just ride them until they miss. Yeah. Like you just hey, dude's he's unconscious right now, so let's just keep going. If he misses a couple, then let's give him a blow.